Om. Om. गणानां गणपतिगुं भवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पदान शृण्वन्नोतिभिः महागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभिद्रियवतु वाग्देव्यै नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us take in Shiva Shakti in 5 deep breaths. Om Shiva Shakti Om. 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 नमस्ते तु महामाये श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्रगदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तु ते। नमस्ते गरुडारूढे कोलापुरभयङ्करी सर्वपापहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तु ते। सर्वज्ञे सर्ववरदे सर्वदुष्टभयङ्करी सर्वदुःखहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तु ते। सिद्धिबुद्धिप्रदे देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी मंत्रमूर्ते सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तु ते। आद्यन्तरहिते देवी आदिशक्ति महेश्वरी योगजे योग संभूते Mahalakshmi Namostute. Thola Sukshma Maharautre. Mahashakti Mahodare. Mahapapahare Devi. Mahalakshmi Namostute. Padmasanasthite Devi. परब्रह्मस्वरूपिणी परमेशी जगन्मातः महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते श्वेतांबरधरे देवी नानालङ्कारभूषिते जगद्धिते जगन्मातः महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्म्यष्टकं स्तोत्रम् यः पठेत् भक्तिमान् नरः सर्वसिद्धिम् अवाप्नोति राज्यं प्राप्नोति सर्वदा एककाले पठेन् नित्यम् महापापविनाशनम् द्विकालं यः पठेन् नित्यम् धनधान्यसमन्वितः त्रिकालं यः पठेन् नित्यम् महाशत्रुविनाशनम् महालक्ष्मीर्भवेन् नित्यम् प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. Mahalakshmi Ashtakam, which is in the form of stotra. Mahalakshmi, who is again Durga, who is invincible, immeasurable, immense power of that Mahamaya. And this stotram is a great inspirational outpour of Devendra when he was helped by Durga in the form of Mahalakshmi. And this Mahalakshmi Ashtakam comes in Padma Purana. Even in Devi Mahatmyam, we see it in detail how Mahalakshmi, Durga, is described. In fact, Devi Mahatmyam, which is popularly studied and read, especially during Navaratri, is a very great text of Tantra Shastra. Only people with a sensitive inner eye can understand the depth and the very core essence of Devi Mahatmyam. And of course, the others will also benefit by it, by reading it as a story with moral in it. In Meru Tantra, it states clearly, Vishnu could understand the deepest inner essence of Devi Mahatmyam only 3/4 of what actually it is. And Brahma could understand only half. And Vyasa Maharshi could understand only quarter. And rest, they understand only a fraction of what Devi Mahatmyam is giving us with that inner essence in it. For all of us, even that fraction is more than enough to proceed in seeking. It is like a guiding hand. So Devi Mahatmyam is very much like Tirtha Yatra, the inner pilgrimage, in which it has 3 stages or 3 halting stations or 3 points, the state of existence, which mainly is basing on the intensity of the 3 gunas, Tamo guna, Rajo guna, and Sattva guna, in the seeker or in the devotee. So, the first 3 days of Navaratri is attributed to Mahakali, who has Tamo guna under her control, and she deals with the Tamo guna, which is there as the starting point. So, before the whole universe is manifested, it was Tamoguna. The universe is emerging from Tamoguna, and it is again annihilated by Tamoguna. What is the Tamoguna? It is the darkness of ignorance and delusion, inertia, that power of resistance, stubbornness. So, even in the beginning of our journey, spiritual seeking, to go within, we are clouded with so much of ignorance that it is like a thick wall surrounding us. We are in the dome of darkness, tamas, in the beginning. And it can be understood as, if you visualize, we are in multi-storied building, and all of a sudden it collapses, and we are stuck in the middle of the debris. There will be thick darkness. We can't move, we don't know. Or when we are stuck in the deep snow, avalanches, or in the deep sea, when we are down, we don't know in what direction we have to come up. So like that, we are in that darkness of ignorance, and we are trying to adjust ourselves in this darkness of ignorance, and we are trying to see the light within the Tamoguna. So all these stages of our life is taken care by that Mahakali, who deals with Tamoguna. For that, the analogy used in Devi Mahatmyam is killing of Madhu and Kaitaba Asura. When we understand the essence of it, what is it telling us? That killing of Madhu and Kaitaba. Madhu is honey. Kaitaba is the honey bee. When Madhu, that Asura, is treating the whole world as Madhu, 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 we are attracted as that Madhu Asura, and we want to drink Madhu, 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 through all the 5 senses, mind, and the intellect. That desire to taste and assert that Madhu, the honey, like the worldly pleasures, it leads us towards greed. So Mahakali tackles that Madhu Asura, who is Kaitabha, the honeybee. It is also busy, all the time trying to suck the honey and store it. Assertively, it stores, it collects, and it stings at other times. So, Kaitabha, like Kaitabha, even we try to, with attachment, take it and have it for ourselves with so much of attachment. Collect. That Asura, Mahakali takes it away from us. And then comes Mahalakshmi with Rajoguna. What is that Rajoguna? Of course, this Mahalakshmi is also Durga, who is invincible, inaccessible by those who are not going in dharma, who are following adharma, will never be able to get closer to her. She is Durga in the form of Mahalakshmi, who is with so much of Rajoguna. That Rajoguna is movement, dynamism, action, and reactiveness, enthusiasm, eagerness to get into the action. And that Rajoguna is both negative as well as positive. That Rajoguna makes the whole universe go into action, movement. It brings dynamism to the universe. In the same way, it brings dynamism to the mind also. So it has both negative and positive. The worldly rajas, which takes us towards below the Manipura chakra, which are Swadhisthana and Mooladhara. So we will be horizontally expanding ourselves with animalistic, beastly nature. Positive Rajoguna takes us upward towards Sattvaguna. So for this, the analogy Devi Mahatmyam follows is Mahishasura Mardhana. How Durga in the form of Mahalakshmi destroys that Mahishasura, who was half beastly Mahisha with buffalo head, and the rest is humanly formed, which is that human competence which has. So it is neither totally animalistic, nor totally humanly. It is the mixture of both. So in Rajoguna, Devi, with that divine Rajoguna, she handles the beastly nature in the seeker or in the devotee. And she gives a push towards having that human capacity, human competence to rise above and go upward. Mahishasura. What did he do if we understand as Mahishasura? When there was combat with Mahalakshmi, he started changing his form from Mahishasura to a lion. And then he changed into a human being. And then he changed himself into elephant. Again, he changed himself to buffalo. So like this, when he is changing, Devi was finding it very difficult to just tackle him and pin him down. But the minute he came back to his original Mahishasura form, she was able to pin him and take out his head, which was beastly. So this kind of masking happens even in Jivatma, even in human beings. Even in the beginning of our journey as sadhakas or the devotees, we do have so many masks without knowing, is this correct? Maybe I should follow other steps. Is this correct? Maybe I should follow some other path. Is this correct? No. This way, that way, this way, that way. So when there is so much of changes, it is taking only time and effort, but not raising up. So for that, we have to come out of that Mahishasura state of existence. That is taken care by Mahalakshmi. Of course, she kills many other Rakshasas as well, the demons as well. And this Rajoguna, when we have come up from that Mahatamas in the first stage, which was like a concrete wall without any light, when we surrender ourselves to that Durga, who is compassionate but not easily available, when we surrender to her, she takes us upward with Rajoguna. And it is like a kind of ray of hope, the ray of consciousness, the ray of energy is shunned towards us. That will make us move forward. Isn't it? That's how the firefighters cleared the debris in one point. And when that light falls on that person, there is some kind of connection. And he will also start moving towards that light, and he tries to make his way towards that light from where it is coming. But how much he has to struggle, how much the firefighter has to struggle to make that connection with that person. So it is like storm. It will be like thick wall of storm. When there is storm, there is so much of confusion, difficulties, unexpected things happening. Isn't it? Just visualize that. At that moment, when we really surrender to that Mahalakshmi, she takes care of that is the next 3 days. And then comes the next 3 days of Durga in the form of Saraswati with Sattva Guna. And she tries to help out the seeker to rise above the Rajoguna and have the nature of the Sattva Guna, which is brightness, brilliance, knowledge, and lightness. So the seeker gets that equanimity, which is very much the nature of Sattva Guna. But still, even that Sattva Guna is also an obstacle. because it is like the glass wall. It looks very clear. I can see outside very clearly. It looks as though I am in the open freedom, away from tamas, rajas, and sattva. But when I just go ahead, I come across that glass wall which will obstruct me. So one has to go beyond that also, beyond sattva guna also. So there Saraswati helps us out. So that let us see it in the next week. Today let us concentrate on Mahalakshmi Ashtaka with so much of Rajoguna in her and how she has helped us. That is beautifully put by Indra, who is Devendra, and he is adoring Mahalakshmi, who is none other than Durga. Namastestu Mahamaye Shri Pithe Surapujite. Namaste Astu. Namah. Na te. Not mine. It's yours. Namaste. That's the meaning. Everything what I have in the world, what I am interacting with, everything. Namaste. It's not mine. It is yours. Just the word namaste, namaste is taking us towards surrendering, total surrender. When we really mean it, when we utter the word namaste, nothing is mine, everything is yours. Namaste astu. Astu means let it be. So namaste astu. Let my mind, let my heart, let my antahkarana, mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, let all is yours. Nothing is mine. To whom Indra is telling? It is telling to Mahamaye, who is the very reason for everyone's existence in this world, which is transient and very illusional, creates so much of delusion. Who is that Mahamaya? She is the very cause of creation, Mahamaya. And she pervades the whole universe as though it is her body. Understand? That is Mahamaya. She is very much there. Her presence is there in everything we are seeing. Because of that, the world is existing. And she is the cause of that creation. Not only that, she is the greatest enchantress. She makes Mahamaya one. She makes everyone come into her illusion. She attracts in such a way that no one can go without being caught by her. We are all hurled into the whirlpool, into the storm of the delusion created by Mahamaya. And thus we go through turmoil, so many ups and downs, which tire us life after life. In spite of this, why do we have to show reverence to her? Namaste Stu Mahamaya. Why should we say that? In what way it is going to help us to praise and surrendering to Mahamaya? It is she who is Yoga Nidra, Yoga Maya of Vishnu, that super conscient sleep which Vishnu is going through because of this Mahamaya, Yoga Nidra. She said, because of her action, the world is moving and the mind is also moving. We are caught in that movement and constantly going up and down and up and down. So, let me give you my analogy. With great joy, we take the cup in our hand to drink the coffee. We are enjoying the coffee in the cup. For some reason, it slips and breaks into so many pieces, spilling the coffee all over the place. What do? Do we stand and say, oh, it's yucky, it's smelling very bad, so many dangerous glass pieces are there, oh my God. Do we stand and see it? No. At once, what do? We take out the bigger chunks of the glass pieces and then with sharp eyes, focus, we look into every tiniest glass piece, every piece, and we brush it off, take it off. And then we wipe out totally without leaving a spot or a stain of coffee. Isn't it? That is our experience in day-to-day life. It's the same thing with Mahamaya also. That Mahamaya is that coffee which we are enjoying in the cup called the whole world. We are enjoying her. We are getting caught into drinking. And at one point, that hold on the world, hold on the cup, loosens and it slips from the hand. The attachment to the world, desire to the world, it just drops. At that moment, a sharp wisdom or a person who is awakened will say, oh Mahamaya, I have lost you. Help me. At that point, she takes as Durga different forms and clears all those glass pieces, which are like big chunks of desire, greed, and attachment and illusion. And she sweeps away that from the inner core of the seeker and the devotee. It is she who has to help us to do it, because we are helplessly standing. So that is when she helps us with compassion. And that's the reason we are saying, oh, Mahamaya, the whole thing is yours. Namaste, not mine. Mahamaya, Shri Pithe. She is firmly sitting on that Shri Pitha. That Shri is the wealth, the asset. What is that asset? The whole manifestation, the utmost asset, the whole manifestation. And she is sitting beyond that. So, if she is sitting on the manifestation, that means she is beyond the manifestation. And she is sitting there, Sura Pujite, all the gods, the whole gamut of gods who are created, manifested by that Sri Mata, they all do puja to her. They all adore her. They surrender to her. They worship her. Sura Pujite. Even to just visualize the whole thing, it is so heartwarming to know that it is Mahamaya who will help us. It is the Mahamaya who has hurled us into this world, which is very elusive, and also it is very transient, yet she gives us that enthusiasm so much to get totally involved in it. And again, it is she who pulls us up. Mahamaye Shri Pithe Surapujite Shankha Chakra Gada Haste. She being Vaishnavi, one who has come forth from Vishnu. As I told earlier, when Mahishasura was creating so much of havoc, disturbing the harmony, sweet harmony of the whole universe, it is Mahalakshmi Devi, who is Durga, who came and helped. For that, she took the form. How did she take it? All the Devas, including Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, they all sent forth the consciousness and the energy and their weapons, and that rays of consciousness, when it was collectively manifesting, there emerged Mahalakshmi. It is that collective consciousness, collective activated consciousness, with so much of energy, pure consciousness, which has taken that form as Mahalakshmi. So, as Mahalakshmi, she is holding Shankha, Chakra, Gada in her hands. Those are the things given by Vishnu. As Vaishnavi, she is holding these things. It represents what? Shankha. It is Shankha, Tamasika Ahankara, which gave rise to Pancha Mahabhuta. Shankha. And Chakra. Chakra is representing the dynamism of the universe because of the movement, and also it represents the mind, which is again moving, Chanchana. Shankha, Chakra, Gada. Gada is the intellect, buddhi. So she is holding all the three. See the consequence. Pancha Mahabhuta, getting the movement, dynamism, because of which the mixing of the five elements is giving rise to the multiplicity in the universe, and so many different kinds of forms of thoughts in the mind, which is taking action. So much is happening because of the chakra. And Gada, which is controlling the buddhi, intellect, because of which we are all sitting here today with our mind and buddhi concentrating on Mahalakshmi. So right now, she is very much within all of us, holding that Shankha, Chakra, Gadha in her hands. To that Mahalakshmi, I bow down. Mahalakshmi, Namostute. Again, who is that Mahalakshmi? Lakshmi, Lakshya. So, Lakshmi, the word comes from the word Lakshya. Lakshya means the goal, aim. Lakshmi. Mahalakshmi is the supreme goal, ultimate goal, the greatest goal, which can be achieved because of the grace of Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is the one who graces the devotee and the seeker to reach the goal, to reach the aim. Lakshmi. Mahalakshmi is the one who is taking care of that utmost goal, aim, which is Mahapurushartha, that is liberation from the shackles of the samsara. Even there, it is saying Mahamaya, isn't it? When we understand what this whole world is, who am I, and who is that Mahamaya? When we have this understanding, certainly, we will make our aim and goal to pray her, Devi, I want to see this whole manifestation as a beautiful experience, not with so much of turmoil, ups and downs. That ups and downs are coming because I am veiling myself with ignorance. Please take out that ignorance and make me really experience for what purpose I have taken this Manava Janma. Let me experience it properly with its true purpose. That is when she says Tatathu, and she gives the knowledge. And thus Mahalakshmi helps us to reach that goal and experience the world in its right sense and see it as a beautiful, wondrous world. Instead of seeing it as samsara with so much of dukkha. So she is Mahalakshmi who is helping us. Namaste Garuda Rudhe Kolasura Bhayankari. Namaste Garuda Rudhe. And she is sitting on Garuda, the eagle, which is known for its swift movement and also the sharpness in its glance and sighting. And also, wherever Garuda moves, it never leaves its mark. So all these things help her to combat that Mahishasura, who is with beastly nature but with humanly competence. It's a deadly combination, Mahishasura. So to combat that, she needs the right vehicle, which she is using as Garuda. Kolasura Bhayankari. Kolasura is another demon who had to be tackled and put down completely because he was creating havoc. But at the last minute, his last wish, that Asura's wish was, you can kill me, destroy me, but where I was ruling and having the full power, that place should be known by name, by my name. So it is called Kollapuri. Kollapur, Kollapuri. So it is said, Kolasura Bhayankari. For him, she was very terrific. She gave such a battle with him that he was really frightened, and he said, you can kill me, but you have to keep my name to that place. She said, Tathatu. Sarva Papa Hare Devi. Sarva Papa. She takes away. Hara means destroys, annihilate, cuts down. Sarva Papa, all the sins committed by all beings. Sarva Papa. It is very deep. Papa or the sin is committed in so many different ways. It can be through the physical body, the mental body, and the causal body, and the thought itself. One might be committing the sin. Through the mind, one might be committing the sin. Physically, also we might be committing the sin. In Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, also we might be committing sin. Isn't it? And also knowingly or unknowingly we will be committing sin. So, Sarva Papa Hare, she takes away all these different kinds of sins committed by the beings. When we surrender to her, she said, you have understood your sinful act. I pardon you. You become a better person, better being. Sarva Papa Hare Devi, when we surrender to her. Mahalakshmi Namostute. Sarvagne, Sarvavarade, Sarvadushta Bhayankari. Sarvagne, she is all knowing. She is all knowing means what? It is not just physically the manifested world which she knows as Sarvagne. She knows in and out of every cell, every mind, every thought. She knows. Sarvagne. Sarvagne. Because she is very much there. She has pervaded every cell. And she is combating all evil tendencies, evil actions, evil being. So she is knowing everything, all. Sarvati. Sarvavarade. She is the one who gives all boons. Means what? She is Mahalakshmi. We already know the meaning of Mahalakshmi. And she is Sarvavarade. So, one who gives all boons. Sarvavarade. She gives everything. Means we should not limit Lakshmi, Varalakshmi, Mahalakshmi to one thing, as a supreme being who gives the material, physical wealth. The minute we think of Lakshmi, we say, oh, she is the goddess of wealth, the material wealth. We should not limit her like that, because she is Mahalakshmi And she is also Varalakshmi because she is the whole wealth. That means she has already given Sarva Varade, one who has already given the whole world as Vara, isn't it? So she readily says, "Oh child, you are given the whole world to experience, to enjoy, but you are greedily thinking that that doesn't belong to you, that doesn't belong to you, he doesn't belong to you, she doesn't belong to you. Everything is for you only. Take care of it, the whole universe as yours. Why are you limiting your desires, your care, your concern only to the material objects? This world which I have created is not just the objects, it has many other dimensions, emotions, relationships, everything is there. So enjoy all different levels of happiness, different kinds of happiness. Don't limit yourself. I have given the whole world. Where are they? I have given it. And it is very much within you. The world which I have given, the most, what shall I say? The gift one I can give is the whole manifestation. Why are you limiting it? Go beyond and experience all other dimensions. Once we surrender to her, she makes us understand how to enjoy the different dimensions and different levels. Because she is Mahishasura Mardini. She is Mahishasura Mardini. She is the one who takes us out of that confusion, doubt, and beastly nature and the humanly competence or the wisdom which we have. She pulls us up by giving us that knowledge. Sarva Varade. So in that sense, she is giving us much beyond what we can think of. Sarva Dushta Bhayankari. For all Dushta, for all who are going in the wrong direction, she is like a Bhayankari. She creates that fear in them because just the name of her will make them become frightened. Isn't it? Even in some human beings, some teachers, the minute we hear their sound of the steps when they're coming, we all become quiet. Why? Because we are so frightened of her. Isn't it? So like that, Sarva Dushta Bhayankari, for all Dushtas, she is Bhayankari. She looks fearsome. She has that amount of power in her. Sarva Dukka Hare Devi. And she takes away all kinds of Sarva Dukka, all sorrow. How is it possible to take away the whole Dukkha, sorrow, misery? Again, she gives that knowledge. You desire and you're making that with so much of attachment. Slowly it is becoming greediness. And when you're not getting that, accomplishing it, it is creating you dukkha. So she gives us the knowledge how to have the control on desire. And when we are caught in a situation from where we cannot come out of it, out of our own effort, at that point, when we surrender to her, again, she gives the confidence in the mind, the solution, how to come out of it, and she takes away that sorrow which we are going through by giving the mind power and the intelligence to come out of it. For that, we have to leave it to her. Namaste, Namaste, Mahalakshmi, Namaste. When we say that, when we mean it, when we surrender ourselves, that's what she does. Sarva Dukkha Hare Devi. One who does that. Mahalakshmi, Namaste. Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayini. Mahalakshmi is taking care of her on the whole and in every bit. See how motherly she is. Siddhi. She sees that we are successful in our actions. She makes us understand and accomplish our desires in the proper way. For us to be in this world as existing Jivatmas or the being, we have some desire. Because of the desire, we are stuck in this world. Every day morning, we wake up from the deep sleep because of the desire which is inherent in us. So what does she do? She makes us understand what the desire is and accomplish it, finish it, be done with it. So she gives that Siddhi. And that Siddhi can vary from person to person or time to time within a person. Accordingly, she guides us, she takes us Siddhi by giving that accomplishment. Siddhi. Buddhi. Not only that, she gives the intelligence to accomplish it, and also after accomplishing, how to apply it for the next journey in this life. So she gives both Siddhi and Buddhi. I should know how to use what I have accomplished for my future life. If I don't use it properly, that Siddhi, what is the use of accomplishing it? I should know how to use it further. For that also I need Buddhi, intelligence. That also she gives. Bhukti. Bhukti means experiencing, enjoying all things in this world which is coming in our life. Bhukti. The very purpose, the very reason why we have taken this human form is to experience this world and understand through the experience of life, through experience of this world, in reality, what am I? Who am I? What is this universe? So this universe and this world, the people around, the buddhi what we have, everything is like a mirror. Only when I see in the mirror while interacting, seeing is also interaction. So when I am seeing in this world as a mirror, I will certainly come to know who I am, isn't it? Without that mirror, will I be able to see my own face? No. Who am I? Will I come to know? No. For that, there should be some mirror which reflects. So, for that, bhakti, only when I experience the world in different ways, I come to know what the world is. While experiencing the world, I also come to know how I am doing it, what I am doing, why I am doing. Then who am I? The buddhi contemplation goes in that path also. Mukti. And when we are not surrendering to that understanding or that reality, what it is, we will be caught. And that is when we go through the turmoil or ups and downs in life. And when we are thinking that this world, all these objects are permanent, I am this body, I am this mind, I am one with this world. All these things are the things which are making me go through the experiencing of this world as samsara. So, mukti, she makes us understand that is not the reality. Understand, you are just a soul. You are enjoying these interactions because as the consciousness, as the soul entering this body and the mind, you are using the five senses to interact. She gives that knowledge. Once we have that experiential knowledge of this understanding, naturally we get liberated from that shackles and turmoil, and our perception of world, life, everything becomes positive and filled with happiness and wonder all the time. It becomes wondrous. Everything keeps looking new every moment. Bhukti Mukti Pradayini. Mantra Murte Sada Devi. She is Mantra Murte. She is in the form of mantra. If we are in the, I won't say habit, if we are doing that Nama Japa or Mantra Japa, we would experience it. She makes us understand, realize, and experience that mantra, how she's influencing the seeker or the devotee. When we do that mantra japa, something happens. What is it? Why? Because that mantra is her form. Mantra Murte. Because of that, Sada Devi. She shines. She's Divya. She shines. Her brilliance comes out in the form of mantra. Isn't it? Mantra is what? Basically, it is the sound. And sound is the very primordial cause of the whole manifestation. Sound. For example, when we talk to other people, we are seeing and we are talking. Even though this talk is physical, even though we are seeing from the eyes, actually, even though I am seeing the physical body, but I get connected to that person whom I am seeing way beyond the physical appearance, isn't it? We are not stopping at just physically seeing it, but our mind is going beyond physically seeing. In the same way, whatever we are talking, even the talk, if it is a beautiful word which is encouraging the other person, it is not just the shabda or the sound which is falling on the ear of the listener, but it is hitting his anthakarana and it is creating some agitation, vibration in that anthakarana of that listener. And some changes happen in that listener when he is hearing the words coming from me or whoever is talking, isn't it? So how does it have that capacity? What are we doing then? All the five senses are trying to reach out to that inner anthakarana, which will again take that anthakarana more inward. And we feel like reciprocating to whatever we are pursuing. Isn't it? That is how the interaction is happening. In that way, more than seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, mantra is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Even when we say it within the mind, the sound becomes subtler and subtler and subtler, and it seeps inside so much. Why? Because that mantra, the sound, has that capacity to transport us beyond. That is why sound is very powerful. Mantra Murte, she is that. And she shines as Devi, Divya, divine, shine, brilliant. Mahalakshmi Namostute. Adyanta Rahite Devi, Adi Shakti Maheshwari. Adi Anta Rahita. She doesn't have beginning or ending. She's eternal. She's eternal. Adi Shakti. Of course, Mahalakshmi, who is Durga, who is the aspect of that Adi Parashakti, who is Lalitamba, Mahatripura Sundari. That Mahalakshmi is one of the aspects of her. She is complete and she is whole. She is eternal. She is independent. Adyanta Rahite Devi, Adi Shakti, Maheshwari. Maheshwari is the one who is ruling, the goddess, supreme goddess of the whole manifestation. Yogaje, she is. She has emerged. We can't say Ja here as birth. One who has taken birth is not the thing. One who has emerged herself in a form through yoga. What is that yoga? With the yoga of consciousness. She's energy, when she is coming in touch with consciousness, naturally she emerges. Yogaje, because she is one with consciousness, that energy, she has manifested herself. So she is activated consciousness. Yogaje, Yoga Sambhute. And she is always there as Yoga Sambhuta, Yoga Sambhuta. Yoga is here between consciousness and the energy. It's always together. If we take it in the Puranic way, with that story where all devas put forth their consciousness, the collective consciousness, energy, beauty, the shine has taken the form. So, yoga, the yoga of all devatas, has taken the form as Mahalakshmi, Yoga Sambhute, Yogaje, Yoga Sambhute, in this manner. Mahalakshmi, Namaste, I bow down to you. And then, Sthula Sukshma Maharaudre, Mahashakti Mahodare. Everything is Maha, supreme, ultimate, the greatest. That is what she is. So we can't limit her at all to this worldly, physical object, physical wealth. She is beyond, great beyond. Sthula, she is there in the gross as well as Sukshma, in the subtlest. So that Mahalakshmi, her presence is there behind all the gross things as well as the very subtle things. Also we can understand her form is Sthula. It is so Virat, the whole manifestation. Sukshma, and she is present in the subtlest being as well. The smallest micro insect, micro bacteria, she is there. Sthula Sukshma Maharaudre. Maharaudre here, we can understand it as she is not herself anger or Raudra Rupini, but she acquires that and she becomes Maharaudre. For a purpose, she assumes that Raudravatara to carry on her work of destroying the evil tendencies. It is needed. So she acquires that. Maharaudre. At the same time, through that action of annihilating the negativity in the world, that world is this also, negative tendencies in the body and the mind. When we take this as the world, in both cases, when we are going through that operation, she looks like Maharaudre. She looks very fearful. But when we see it holistically, we understand she is taking away our dukkha. She's taking away our misery or any negativity which is causing obstacles for us to become free from the shackles of the samsara. When we understand that, she looks like Rudrani. She is the one who is showing so much of compassion. Rudra, one who takes away the sorrow. Maharudra, she is the one who takes away that utmost sorrow. So in both the ways, one can see her Maharudra Rupa. Mahashakti, she is the supreme energy, and she is Mahodare, one who has the ultimate, hugest womb in which she is holding the whole manifestation, and she is giving birth to different kinds of energy out of her. Because she is Mahashakti, she is holding the whole thing within her womb. From there, she gives rise to different kinds of Shaktis, different kinds of powers and energy, which are taking care of the whole universe. What a role Mahalakshmi is playing in this game of the world, Vishwalila. Mahapapa Hare Devi. And she takes away that Mahapapa, the ultimate, the greatest, hugest sin one can commit. Earlier it was Sarva Papa, all types of sins she takes away. Here it is Mahapapa. What is that Mahapapa? The very ignorance which we are carrying with so much of faith, ultimate ignorance that I am the body, I am the mind, I am this limited being with name and form. That is the Mahapapa. Because in the eternal reality, I am not that. This body and the mind is keep changing. Mind is changing every second. The body changes from Janma to Janma. And I am thinking that I am that body and I am that mind. Totally veiling the truth that I am the soul. I am Atma, which is ever expansive, eternal, pure, which is stable. That is Mahapapa. Not knowing, not experiencing that I am the soul. I have entered this body and the mind as only instrument. That we forget every moment. We forget. We become the body, we become the mind, which is Mahapapa. When she takes away that Mahapapa, what is left? Nothing but that Brahmananda. Because I am that Brahmananda. I as Atma is nothing but Brahmananda. That is what I will be. Mahapapa Hare, she takes away that also. I can give you an example. In bus, when we sit and go in India, especially in places where it is too hot, all the three people will be sitting and squeezing one another. The middle person, on that, if this person is also feeling sleepy because of that heat, he puts his head. This person also puts his head. The middle person is squeezed. And when that middle person adjusts himself to sit properly, this person wakes up. he says, I'm sorry, I was disturbing you, I'm sorry, please excuse me. Because he's cultured person. He has understood that he has created that difficulty to the center person. This person. Why are you pushing me? You are not at all a good co-passenger. He feels like that. Between these two, who will be better person to be in this world to experience? Because what he is telling is the truth. I just adjusted myself in the center. But he is taking it negatively. So he will be seeing me as samsara. Whereas he will not take me as samsara. But he is one with me to feel that relaxation, peace, to go further in the journey. Isn't it? In the same way, Mahamaya in this world is taking care of the whole universe in her own way to see that everything is going on smoothly. In that moment, when there is some kind of calamity, we feel that we are in the samsara, we are going through difficulties. So many things we complain. So even it is the grace of Mahamaya, who is Mahalakshmi. Her blessings are needed for us to understand and accept and go further with that clean mind. For that, she again helps us by taking away that Mahapapa from us. Padmasana Sthite Devi Parabrahma Swarupini. She is Padmasana Sthite. She is squatting, firmly established on lotus. Means what? She is establishing herself on the purity, non-attachment, the beauty, and the softness of Kamala. It also shows that she having established on all these good qualities of Kamala, she has the capacity to uplift the devotees, the seekers, who are drowned in the mire of samsara, which is like the slush. She has that capacity to pull them. Padmasana Sthite. And see how beautifully in Kundalini Yoga they use that concept. In every chakra, the chakra is represented as lotus. In that Kundalini, in her subtlest form, she establishes herself and then she moves up. Establishes herself and then she moves up. Again, she establishes and then moves further. And then finally she sits on the Sahasrara Padma with thousands of lotus. She sits there and shines. From there, she pulls us up and she gives that vara, Sarva Vara. Parabrahma Swarupini. And she is that Parabrahma in the form. Parabrahma Swarupini. Parameshi Jaganmataha. Parameshi, she is the supreme ruler. Parameshi, Parama Ishi. Ishi means one who is ruling, supreme. Jaganmataha, and she is mother of the universe. So she is the combination of both Parameshi, the ruler of the universe, whole manifestation, and she is mother of the whole manifestation. Mahalakshmi Namostate. I bow down to you. Padmasana Sthite Devi Parabrahma Swarupini. She is Paribrahma in the form, the Buddha Brahman. Parameshi Jaganmata. And then next comes Shvetambara Dhare Devi. Aha. After fighting with Mahishasura and killing him totally, she has assumed her original state as Parabrahma, wearing Shvetambara, the white garment. Means from Rajoguna she has again acquired her Sattva-guna, and she has been giving that vara. So she is present no more in Raudra to combat with Mahishasura or other asuras. Shvetambara Dhara Nana Lankara Bhushite, and she is decorated with different ornaments. What those ornaments? Again, when all Puranically, if we take it, all Devas gifted her along with consciousness and energy and the instruments and their weapons. They also gifted her with different jewels. But if we understand it, when we refer it to our own self within us, how she is. When we are going through that seeking, the combat which is happening when we were Mahishasura, when we had that Mahishasura ruling us, and Devi was fighting within, when that was going on, there will be so much of churning happening within us. Then, because it is happening within, that Devi looked so Raudrik. Once that Mahishasura is fully nullified, the seeker is getting that bhava of Mahalakshmi as a beautiful Parabrahma. And whatever I was seeing as a Raudra Rupa, the same thing is taking the form so beautiful that I am able to see that Mahalakshmi as a wonderful, beautiful lady with ornaments all around. See how it turns within the seeker. So when we are able to see her with this Shvetambara Dhare Devi, Nana Lankara Bhushite, Parabrahma Swarupini, Padmasana Sthite, these are all showing that the seeker is going upward towards Sattva Guna. Jagat Sthite Jagan Mataha. She is very much Jagat Sthite. She has well established in this Jagat. Because the Jagat has to work. That is why she is with Shankha, Chakra, Gada. And she has to be there in every being, in every part of the whole universe. So she is one among us. She is one with us. She is very much with us. Jagat Sthite. Jagan Mataha. She is mother of the whole universe. See the combination here. In the previous one, Parameshi Jagan Mataha. When in a family, mother is the head figure who takes the decision power. She rules And she's the one who decides what should be the food and whether we are going there or not. So she has so much of power in her hands. That is when she is Parameshi, isn't it? Even in a family. When she is wearing the hat as Parameshi, even though she is mother, we cannot talk to her as a mother. She is ruling. So we all will be obedient and listen to her and follow whatever she tells. Whatever she instructs, we follow. So that motherliness, she is mother, no doubt. But her way of communicating with us, behaving with us will be like Parameshi. In the next one here, Jagat Sthite Jagan Mataha. She takes out that Parameshi hat and she becomes Jagat Sthite. She becomes one with us. So we have the intimacy, freedom, and relaxed mood with everyone. And Jagan Mata. Then the way she behaves with us and the way we behave with her will be very different. So we should enjoy that Mahalakshmi in both the ways. We have to listen to her, follow the instructions very strictly, discipline, and also with that friendliness, freedom, intimacy, because she is also Jagat Sthiti. So I was wondering why that Jagan Mata, in both instead of they could have used something else, but Indra has used it with the meaning behind the combination. It's totally different. And the behavior will also be very different. And then Mahalakshmi Ashtakam Stotram Yah Pate Bhaktiman Naraha. Naraha, the being or Jivatma, the seeker, devotee, whoever recites this Mahalakshmi Ashtaka Stotra with bhakti, with devotion, with clear understanding, with oneness with the stotra, with oneness with all the adjectives which we heard just now. Sarva Siddhim Avapnoti. He gets all accomplishments. Means all his desires will be accomplished. All his deeds, actions, what he wants to achieve in life, having surrendered to Devi, he achieves it. Sarva Siddhim Avapnoti. Rajyam Prapnoti Sarvada. And also he always gets the kingdom also. Again here, the kingdom, Rajya, differs from person to person, or within a person, time to time, that Rajya, the definition of Rajya, kingdom, differs. From person to person means, for a dog, the mat which is given to that dog, that is that dog's kingdom. For students who have come together to live in a house, they all will have their own room. That room is their kingdom. So they have the full power over that room. They can do whatever they want within that room. In the same way, the kings will have much bigger place. That is physically. If we see within, that Rajya also differs from time to time. It need not be always the geographical place as kingdom. If I am moving around with one type of people, that is one Rajya, because whatever is happening there will not be the same as when I move with other kind of people. So understood? In this way, the definition of Rajya will also differ from time to time, place to place, and within a human being, according to the level of his awakening. Mukti would be the Samrajya which he is looking up to, which he is aiming to attain. So, Rajyam Prapnoti, whatever we aim for, having surrendered to Devi, having taken this stotra very dearly to the heart, they will get Rajya, Prapnoti Sarvada, all the time, accordingly. Ekakale Pathen Nityam, Mahapapa Vinashanam. Once, if we say it every day, that means we are getting rid of that ignorance and moving forward, because she's taking that Mahapapa from us, the wrong understanding. Dvikalam yah paten nityam, when we recite it 2 times in a day, my oneness with Devi is twice, and it is carrying on its effect for the rest of the time also. So because of that, my oneness with Devi through this recitation of the stotra will be more. What will happen? Dhana dhanya samanmitaha. He will be getting all the needs in the world for me to have, so that I don't have to go seeking dhana and dhanya, because of which I will lose time and my energy and my mind in chanting or in thinking, contemplating, meditating on Mahalakshmi. So that way also she is helping us. When she provides what I need in the world for me to survive, to lead a comfortable life, certainly I will put my effort towards contemplating on her, isn't it? The very fact that we are all sitting and going through this shows that Mahalakshmi has taken care of our Mahapapa as well as Dhana, Dhanya. So we are sitting and thinking of her. Trikalam yah paten nityam Mahashatru Vinashanam. Mahashatru. Who is that Mahashatru? The delusion arising from ignorance is causing me to desire for something, to get attached to it. Without that, I feel I'm not at all happy. So, when I don't get what I want, naturally it will lead me towards anger, durmukha, durdhara. That durdhara was also an asura, which is very much within us. Durdhara, durmukha. Durdhara is the desire which has converted itself as greed. Durdhara, one who has having that negative kind of greed. Durmukha, the friend of that durdhara is durmukha, showing anger all the time because I'm not getting it, jealousy. So all these things will come as Shatru, who are really eating us within, which we are not able to combat. But that, when we think of this Mahashakti, Mahamaya, and we understand what the reality is behind this world and behind this body and mind, then she takes care of we getting Mahalakshmi Bhave Nityam Prasanna Varada Shubha. That is when Mahalakshmi Nitya, always, eternally she keeps giving the Vara, the boons, being Prasanna, being happy with the devotee and the seeker. Every action has reaction. So if the action of the devotee and the seeker is surrender, naturally reaction to that should be Ashirvadam by her, which is happening automatically. Shubha. And there will be Shubha means what? We are able to see our existence in this world, everything around us as Shubha, as positive, pure, auspicious one. Because the mind is so clear, mind is so pleasant. Even if anything is happening, the seeker and the devotee will be able to see it in a very positive way and see what is the reason behind it to happen. And he comes up with the solution for that also. So he will never see that as Ashubha or Amangala. No. It will never come to the mind. He sees the whole thing as Mangala, Shubha, because of the surrendering to Mahalakshmi, who is Durga, who is the aspect of that Adi Parashakti, Lalitamba, Mahatripura Sundari. So, word Mahalakshmi, Mahapapa, Mahashakti, Mahashatru. This clearly shows Mahalakshmi is that ultimate primordial energy, Mahalakshmi. We are getting connected with her through this stotra. And Mahashakti, again, it is the primordial pure energy. Mahapapa, and that pure energy, Mahashakti and Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is that the supreme goal she makes us attain, accomplish. That Mahalakshmi and Mahashakti, Mahamaye, will also help us to get out of that Mahapapa, that total ignorance which we have covered ourselves as though it is comforter, which is giving us the warmth and happiness and the pleasure, and that is Mahapapa, which we are doing, covering ourselves with the ignorance of I am the body, I am the mind. That's the thick wall. She helps us to come out of it. Mahashatru. It is like Mahashatru. Arishad Varga comes because of this Mahapapa, and they act as Mahashatru. So she takes care of all these things. And the middle 3 days are really the churning ones in which we go through the effects of Rajoguna. So let us surrender to Durga to feel her presence in us for her blessing. Om. Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti 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 Om.